Welcome back, my candy pants. How you doing today? We're going to be unlocking Warrior Bubblegum today on my crap account. So I'm really pushing the limit of the game right now. I have literally only played the things to unlock Cassie, only played the things to unlock Sai, and then basically all my characters. That's all I've played. The Princess Bubblegum, I think was absolutely necessary to play the game. The Ice King, well, he was just there, easy to get. Then Cassie, and then Sai, and now we're trying to unlock Warrior Bubblegum. That was like the way that I think you should probably do it if you're trying to unlock things early on in the game as fast as you possibly can. Of course, I don't actually recommend jumping to all of these really hard maps, just trying to unlock all the characters very quickly. Instead, have a little bit of fun, play a bunch of, as soon as you can beat silver maps, go through and play all the silver maps, then go through and play all the gold maps, and then start unlocking people once you feel comfortable playing those maps. That's the way I did it, and honestly, I really like the way it turned out. Once you get a couple of decent trinkets on your characters, dude, they become absolute kings over here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to be basically playing this game on a super sped up version here, guys. Crazy freaking sped up. So right now, it's almost on 4 times speed, actually, and the reason why I'm doing this is basically because it takes a long time, alright? It really does. If you're really popping all these balloons and doing all this damage and everything, until you get really strong characters, you're really... every single round is going to take the entirety of the round for you to pop all those balloons. So what I did was I popped down all 4 of my characters right here. I got Sai, Jake, Finn, and Max over here, all working their magic right now. Not literally, sadly. No magic yet. I don't have Sam unlocked or anything. A little bit sad about that. But they are doing a great job right now. I did put my characters in the 4 corners like that on purpose, and I didn't put any of them next to each other. Now, I could have easily used the bro fist or something like that. We could be fisting each other real hard right now. I didn't do that. I know, I'm a little bit lame. Instead, what I did was I basically got all my characters up to sort of low levels, actually. I didn't go all the way up. Believe it or not, at this point in the game, when you're playing without very many good trinkets, just normal common or uncommon trinkets at best, your best bet is actually to use some allies. So, I don't remember her name. Her name is like Susan, I think. Yeah, right, Susan. Susan the Human. Who's actually a fish lady, I believe. I'm fairly certain she's fish lady. I think in the show they actually leave it open where they don't really tell you. She shows Finn but doesn't show everybody else. So you don't really know if she's a human or not. I'm fairly certain that that's the way it goes down. So here we go, I got my first ability ever! And that's what I need, because this is my first ever silver playthrough, by the way. I've played bronzes all except for right now. I do end up using Max's ability here on round 42, and I actually regret that slightly, because I don't think I'm going to get it back in time for round 45. We're going to be a little careful here, man. We don't have it back quite yet. We're doing our best right now. Max is still popping down a lot of these balloons. We do get the ability back in time, and we do end up completing that level. Whoop, 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 whoop. So we get an uncommon and some other random crap up in here. Just kind of the usual, man. Get 3 nice new cards that we can use. Honestly, the driller darts aren't that good. The candy bomb, I don't even really want it that much, but it's better than the other things. So what I can think about driller darts is nobody cares. I don't know. Speed's okay, but I really don't care about it as much as maybe other people do. So regen balloons are kind of sucktastic, to say the least. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of dealing with regen balloons over here, but that's all we've got as the extra bonus. You know, it's even worse when you got to deal with this next level here. We've got the first instance of zombie balloons, which I gotta say, zombie balloons are really exciting, and I enjoy them as part of the game. I really like the idea of them, and I hope that they eventually implement them into Bloons Tower Defense 6. In fact, I'm a little sad. The Bloons Tower Defense 6 went so standard with the balloon types. It's not that they didn't add anything extra. They did. They put reinforced balloons in. They put the DDT in, which already existed, by the way. They put the bad balloon in, which is like the next biggest, baddest balloon in the franchise. Like you always gotta go bigger or go home, right? I mean, we know it's pretty standard at this point. This time around, though, I actually went for Finn and Jake together. Alright, so that's actually pretty nice, right, man? So even though we're losing lives here, guess what we get, boys? Guess what we get? We bro-fist each other. Boom! Oh, that kind of hurt. I punched my own knuckles. By the way, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I used to be the Bloody Knuckles champion of the world back in the day. I don't think I could do it still, but I was really good at Bloody Knuckles. So, but when I say Bloody Knuckles, there's two forms of Bloody Knuckles, by the way, just in case you didn't know. The first form is taking, basically putting your knuckles, like, on top of, like, a desk or something like that. Kind of like you're punching the desk, but just holding it there. And then somebody flings a quarter at your knuckles. This was things boys did back in the day. You got to prove that you're tough. You're a tough boy, right? And you fling quarters at other people's knuckles. That way, you most definitely can bleed. But it's not, you don't lose if you bleed. You lose if you give up. That's always the rule. Most people, if they bleed, they do continue. Unless you, like, hit them in the exact same spot twice. But the other person, they don't get to, like, throw it at them. They fling it with their thumb. So you, like, fling the quarter across the table and boom. I don't know how teachers didn't know about this and let us play it at some points in my life, but I have done it before. That one, though, I didn't play all that often. Again, because there's teachers around and stuff like that, you really couldn't play, and if they did see you, they'd be like, what are you doing? Like, no, don't do that. I don't remember if I won or lost or anything in that game. I'd say everybody's pretty much a loser overall. I mean, you don't even get that much tougher from it or anything. But that's just what you did. And then there's another form of Bloody Knuckles where you literally just punch the other person's knuckles. You just... One person punches the other person, and then the other person punches back. You keep going back and forth until someone eventually gives up. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, but I was a very skinny, sort of little kid, but I had very bony, hard knuckles, and I could take the pain. So what I did was I challenged people. If I ever wanted people to, like, realize that I'm not just a little scrawny little punk, I would challenge them to a game of Bloody Knuckles and beat them, and I would feel tough about it, right? That's just the way I did it. And honestly, people, like, respected me for beating them in Bloody Knuckles. It was so stupid. Because, again, you look at me, and I'm this 80, 90-pound kid who just looks like he can't do anything. But I actually could hold my own, at least a little bit. So right now we're on round 40 already. Now round 42 is the first Moab, so we're going to have to deal with that pretty effectively here. Usually, Max is one of your best bet towers to take down the Moab with his ability, or you can use Finn's extra kick. And the kick is probably more powerful than Max... No, I'll take that back. Max's ability is more powerful than Finn's kick, but Finn is not an ability. He gets to consistently use it. So I didn't even use it this time around, man. We're going to use this ability on these last 3 mobs, and boom, we annihilate the Candy Forest right here. Boom, boom, take him down. We get some extra logs up in here so we can upgrade the Fire Princess as well. And then, I guess we're going to have to go for the Boomerang here. I mean, he's not super powerful, but he's okay. And last but not least, my friends, we've got the Candy Graveyard. So this is a tough one. It's a toughie. It's one of the first hard levels for me. And again, it's not really that hard. But there's really only 2 areas where the balloons meet together. It's one right here, right in the very front, and one kind of further back on the far right over there. Other than that, they really don't meet. Now, I could end up putting my towers sort of more near the back of the map, all the way in the top right, then all the balloons, no matter what, will lead to right there. I could do that. But for time purposes, I just didn't feel like doing it. So here we go. These are the first zombie balloons, by the way. Let me explain what they do. If you don't know what they do, they're awesome. I actually really enjoy the idea of them. They're tough to deal with, obviously, but I really love the idea of them. What happens is, and they're different than regen balloons, like completely. I would never have thought to do something like a zombie balloon, to be completely honest. The way they work is that once, like if it's a yellow zombie balloon, the yellow zombie balloon is going to run through until you kill it. Then it turns into a gravestone. Then, after some odd amount of time, I don't know, 20 seconds or something like that, 15 seconds, it revives itself as a yellow balloon. And you've got to pop it again. So it's not, you don't just have to pop it once, you got to pop it twice. So I don't think there's any zombie, like, Moabs or anything like that. Though that would be real freaking scary to have to deal with a zombie Moab. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that, man. But you notice that the problem is sometimes you get, like, as an example, if you had a big chunk of round 62, like, think of it like a regular Bloons Start Offense 6 game. Round 62, you have a bunch of zombie balloons coming out. And you're like, oh, crap, like, I can actually deal with these zombie balloons, but okay, that's good. We can take them down. They're not impossible to kill. But then round 63 comes around. You guys know what round 63 is, right? Huge chunks of ceramics. Yes, it's terrible. Nobody likes to deal with huge chunks of ceramics, but now you also have zombie balloons coming back to life on top of the ceramics, so it can make it really, really difficult and actually add in some strategy to the game, you know, making sure that you use like an ability or something like that instead of just relying on your regular towers to pop the balloons. If you guys don't know, you know, in regular balloon tower defense, I don't like the abilities as much as a regular defense, just for consistency purposes. You know, using an ability, you know that you're going to struggle a little bit at some point, and you just want to stop the balloons, but then, you know, the next round, you don't have that ability back again, so you got to defend with the rest of your towers. So it's more of an emergency thing than just an all-out, like, oh, for sure, I can take that thing down. Alright, so we're using Susan Strong again. She's actually gigantic, by the way. I know she's bigger than Finn, but she really is gigantic in this game. Oh my god. So, yeah, freaking insane. I really do, I would not want to fight her. Just to be honest, I would not want to fight her. But we're about to finish up here, guys. We've got a few more rounds to go, but I gotta let you guys know, I did something really bad here. I lost the game. I believe I lost it twice, actually. Let me check this out. So here we go. We used Max's ability on round 42, but then, sadly, round 43 and 44 just went and just snuck right through so quickly. I don't know what the heck happened, but they skipped around 43, and I couldn't pop all the balloons, and I was trying to stop the last few balloons up in here, and then another Moab, big chunk of Moabs comes out over here. I use Bubblegum's abilities right here to pop them all, and then barely we lose the game. I was so sad, so I ended up using my coins here to survive, but now I don't have the abilities. So I'm trying to stop these balloons. I'm trying to use my $5,000 effectively. I use Gunter and the Ice King over here, and he's taking down most of the balloons, but not quite all of them. Luckily, Princess Bubblegum uses her ability, and finally, we take down the level. That was freaking insane. Good micro for me at the end there, but it's kind of sad that my abilities don't come back once I lose the game. So, yeah, a little bit crazy right there, man. We get some cool little wish orbs and everything. Driller darts. I think we just have to keep it because we have the other ones already. We get a rare one. Sadly, only one military dart. That's it. Kind of a little sad here, man. But if you guys enjoyed, you know, make sure you press that like button for me, man. I really appreciate that. We get Warrior Bubblegum today. Awesome. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.